Ernest T. Bass, perhaps the greatest rock thrower ever. This video won't, no, wrong word there, can't do justice to the character. Although he was only ever on a handful of episodes of the Andy Griffith Show, Ernest T. Bass made an unforgettable impression on a generation of TV viewers, and on me. If I were to try and describe just who and what Ernest T. Bass was, I would end up saying the same thing that Don Knotts' Barney Fife kept saying whenever Ernest would show up. Succinctly put, Barney would just exclaim, "He's a nut!" However, the actor, the very talented actor who played Ernest T. Bass, was anything but a nut. Howard Morris was a classically trained actor who first gained prominence on Sid Caesar's Your Show of Shows in the early 50s. Guest appearances on several shows followed, including a memorable Twilight Zone episode called I Dream of Jeannie. In addition to portraying Ernest T on the Andy Griffith Show, Howard was a prolific voice actor. You can hear his work on such cartoons like The Jetsons, The Flintstones, Magilla Gorilla, and many other Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And along with directing episodes of the Andy Griffith Show, he was also a motion picture director. In fact, he directed Doris Day in her last movie, 1968's With Six You Get Egg Roll. But we're not here to talk about Howard Morris today. We're here to talk about Ernest T. Bass. I've already mentioned that he was an amazing rock thrower. I wish on the episodes that he appeared, instead of Opie chucking the rock during the show's intro, they would have modified it to have Ernest chucking a big rock instead, preferably into a glass window. Ernest was also an amazing escape artist. During his second appearance where he wanted to join the army so that he could get a uniform to woo the ladies, Ernest escaped multiple times from the courthouse jail cell. Ernest's list of talents is really quite long. He could do at least 18 chin-ups. But the one thing that always impressed me the most about Ernest was just how much of a romantic the man really was. Sure, he chucked rocks, but really, if you think about it, it was only to impress the ladies. Oh wait, and for revenge. But mostly because he wanted to be courting some sweet thing from Mayberry. I was so happy when he finally met Romina, and she pushed him to get an education. This episode, by the way, is my favorite of the bunch with Ernest T in it. I really enjoyed the Mayberry version of My Fair Lady. The show was really clicking on all cylinders when they filmed that episode. Only semi-related, in the 80s, whenever I would see Phil Collins in a video, whether it was for Genesis or one of his solo songs, I would think of Ernest T. Bass. The resemblance, just look at it, is uncanny. And we all know from Ernest's first appearance on The Griffith Show that he is a musician as well. So that's it. Ernest T. Bass. Truly one of a kind. Funny, warm, crazy, manic, hyper, and really awesome with a rock. Simply put, Barney was right. He was a nut. A nut that you could root for because in his own way, he was just trying to make his own sense of our crazy world. So what do you think? And what was your favorite Ernest T episode? By the way, Mr. Schwump makes an appearance in at least a couple of them as well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, and while you're at it, please click on the thumbs up icons and consider subscribing to the channel. I focus on music, movies, and television, the good stuff from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.